It's time to ask one very important question. Was the Summer 21 playlist any good? So, despite the fact that Reach Records did not release the Summer 21 playlist, well, in summer, I mean, technically everybody's doing the same thing where they're saying, we're releasing a playlist or an album or something before summer ends, and like summer is basically over right now. And they're like, no, technically it's not. Check the internet. But still, they released a summer playlist. And I was actually kind of shocked by it. I honestly didn't really have any expectations for it because my mind is so wrapped up about Donda coming out. But it pleasantly surprised me. First of all, compared to last year's playlist, I think this one is a definite improvement. It is a more consistent playlist with every single track being good, if not great. Whereas last year's playlist was, every track was okay. And the great ones were good, but a good majority of the tracks were okay. None of the tracks necessarily on last year's were bad. It's just that they weren't great. And I think there was a lot more hype around Reach Records last year than there is this year, because so far, what have we gotten this year? We've gotten Christopher, great album. Again, for you guys waiting for your reviews, I haven't reviewed the latest albums like Noche Juvenil, Christopher. I haven't reviewed those yet because both of those artists said that they are releasing deluxe editions of those albums. So I don't want to review those albums and make a separate review video for the deluxe edition. I feel like that's a waste of time, and I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just review the entire thing at once. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm waiting for the deluxes to drop. Back to it, though. I thought that the Summer 21 playlist was a step up in the right direction. I think every track was legitimately, a good song. And there are so many highlights. Probably the best song on the entire playlist for me was, since it's so new that I'm still getting the names, but the one by Reese Lausch and Big Breeze. I think it's Down Too Long, something like that. Great song. I mean, oh my goodness. It had a super melodic tune to it, with the guitar melodies and then that hard 808 on it. And at the same time, even though it was a hard 808, it was still a chill song. And it's one of those choruses that you could sing along to and feel something when you're singing along to it. Like, for example, how you have a song like Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, right? You got that chorus that you can, as soon as you hear it, you want to sing along with it. You're like, ooh, I'm blinded by the lights. Well, as soon as you hear this chorus, you're automatically, I get that feeling like I want to sing to it. I'm still trying to memorize the lyrics so that when I hear it, I can just break into song and start going crazy and singing. So that track was a definite highlight. Another reason it was a definite highlight was because Big Breeze was on it. And Big Breeze, if you use Big Breeze correctly, that could be great. Because you know what? I don't know if anybody else has picked this up, but Big Breeze sounds a little bit like Future. And to me, even though Future is a hip-hop icon, if you use Future incorrectly or correctly, you can either have a hit or a miss on your hands. Same thing with Big Breeze. And, some people have learned how to use Big Breeze and some people haven't. We'll get to more of that later. Another highlight was Lights of the City by Tadashi, though the producer is really what shines out in that track. Tadashi did a great job on that song. I'm going to give that to him. But the real highlight is Chris Howland. So Chris Howland, if you don't know who that is, Chris Howland is a producer, a music maker. He's got tons of songs underneath his own name. I Got You featuring Spencer Kane. I'll Remember This featuring Matthew Parker. They're all great songs. They're all bops. Check them out. But he's produced for Reach Records a few times. He's done Be the Light by Wande. He produced that song. He produced last year's, I believe it's called Little Longer by Limo Blaze. And that, honestly, it even to this day, it's like a half-half song. Like, if it comes on, I might listen to it or I might skip it. It's really 50-50. And so last year when he did that, I was a little bit disappointed because it wasn't his production that was bad per se, and it wasn't the rap that was bad either. It's just that those two things didn't, I'm trying, I gotta hold the mic, but they didn't go together very well. But this year was the opposite. Tadashi, and I don't know, I think Tadashi does better with more like almost EDM type-ish tracks. It's not really dance music, but you know what I mean. Kind of like a less intense version of the Chainsmokers, kind of. He does better on tracks like that. He did a great job, and the beat was so good. I remember the first time I played it, and then I heard it, and I was like, whoa, that's Christian? That sounds so good. And, then I looked who produced it, and I wasn't shocked, and then I'm like, Chris Howland has such a unique and specific style to his type of music that I could tell it was him. And that reaction where I went, is that Christian? I've had with Chris Howland many times. Just check out his song Dream World by himself and Matthew Parker, and you'll see what I mean. He's got a very unique, specific style, and it suits him, and if you use that correctly too, you got a hit song on your hands. Other highlights for me, like I mentioned, Big Breeze and Hove on Tesla. Oh my goodness, I was listening to that song this morning. It's so
yeah, yes sir, and I put it in like a Tesla.
It's such a unique song. And again, like I said earlier, if you use Big Breeze right, and this collab between Big Breeze and Hove was one where Big Breeze was used correctly. And it was kind of a redeeming factor for Big Breeze and Hove collaborations. Now, I'm sorry to anyone who loves this song on Christopher, but when I said if you use Big Breeze right, I was referring to Where's the Love on Christopher. Literally, this is a sneak peek into my review of Christopher, but Christopher would have been a 10 out of 10 album. And I'm not kidding you. It would have been a straight up 10 out of 10. Where's the Love At? While it's not a bad song, again, I've said my thoughts on this before. I truly don't believe that there is, bad music, just music that doesn't appeal to certain people. I think that Where's the Love At was one of those songs that didn't appeal to me. And I'm certain that there will be other people like me. I just found it kind of amongst an album of giants and gems, it was a meh song. And Big Breeze, his feature wasn't really like, I was psyched when I first read the Christopher track list and features. I was like, Hove and Big Breeze are doing one. This is going to be it. This is going to be lit. And then it came out, and I was like,
skip.
Yeah. But this collab, Tesla, was the redemption, because this is how, if they had put this on the album, that album would have been a straight up 10 out of 10. But it wasn't. And let's just keep moving, shall we? Now that I've talked about all these good things about it, and trust me, there's many more highlights. Let me talk about just a few of my lowlights, my low points of this playlist. And I'm gonna say this right here, right now. My low points of this album aren't really too low. They're not bad at all. Okay, so let me just get to the biggest low point first, and that is the Tripoli Song. I am not going to lie. I was disappointed by the Tripoli Song. And maybe it'll grow on me and I will find myself absolutely adoring this song, but not now. Again, it has only been a day since the playlist has dropped, but not now. I just found myself going, this is an okay song. Like it's not bad. It's just not good either. It's really in the middle. And I think it was because, hearing the name that Tripoli is going to be on a song, that just puts another layer of a hurdle that an artist has to jump over. Tripoli's like one of the pillars of Christian hip hop. Like Lecrae is. Like when you hear that Lecrae's on a track, you're shifting into second or third gear and you're like, oh, this is going to be fire. And if it's not, you're a little disappointed, which was where I was at, because I heard the track and I was like, this isn't as good as I wanted it to be. It's not bad. It just, again, wasn't great. I was a little disappointed, It's like, this is supposed to be Tripoli's triumphant return. I know he had a feature in 2020, and that feature was so much better. That Raise the Meter feature was definitely a great one, and his feature on Who You Gonna Be? Yeah, why is the name slipping me? That Gavi song with Israel Houghton and Tripoli. Those are great features. This song kind of let me down because I was thinking of those features, and I was thinking it was going to be that level of greatness on the track, and it wasn't really. My next low light, which this one isn't really that big of a deal, was the song Every Day. Now hold on. People are ready to throw stones. Hear me out. It is not against Afro pop or Afrobeat. I got nothing against that. Some of my favorite songs are Afrobeat. I got, a lot of them are Davido songs, of course. If you don't know who Davido is, he collabs a lot with Chris Brown. It's not that, but Limo Blazed has, he's never really been my absolute favorite. Really, there's only like one or two songs that he is in currently that I am in love with, and that is Tonight, his collab with Sam Riviera. And I think that's why I love it. I normally just skip to that part because Sam Riviera is amazing. And Sam, if you're watching, drop that Spanish song you teased 2 months ago. I need it now. I think that it's Limo Blaze. He's just not my cup of tea. I don't love his stuff. And so that kind of, when I saw that Lecrae was doing a song with the guy who freaking did Classic Man. If you don't know that song, I wasn't even allowed to listen to Second of Music when that song came out. And I even know what that song was. Because, all the kids at my church were singing it. So, I even know who this guy is. And I'm like, oh, he's doing a song with Classic Man. Well, this song better be 10 out of 10. And same thing. It was a good song, and I know that it'll probably grow on me even more than it has now. I think it's fine now, and it'll probably be better in the future. It was just not at that, again, like the Tripoli song, not at that level of, it didn't surpass my expectations. And my third low point, again, not really low points. This one, out of those two were the real low points. This isn't even a low point, what I'm about to say. This is a nitpick. Was, how when Drake features on a song, it's not your song anymore because Drake is doing 90% of the work? Yeah. That's how I felt with the TJ Carroll collab with Holve. Holve did the three choruses, a verse and a half, and TJ Carroll did one verse, and at the end I was like, okay, don't list it Holve as a feature. He was more than a feature. It should have been TJ Carroll and Holve. I would have been fine with that, but why would you list Holve as featuring? That's a lie. Now those are pretty much my low points. From here on, it's smooth sailing and good news. You got Hold Up with Lecrae. Hold Up Wait is what it's called. Great song, hard, Something, from Lecrae, just constant bars. Is a great song. Yeah, and then another true highlight. I'm gonna mention two more true highlights. You got that song with Portia Love and Wande. That sample, they're using that sample a lot. They were using this sample on a Chris Brown song called Burgundy. Then they used it again on Chris Brown's Young Thug collab, Go Crazy. And then I noticed it being used in the Christian world. They used it on La Fiesta. And then they used it on another song. I forgot what song that was. It slipped my mind. But they used it on this one. And I think out of the Christian world collabs, this is my favorite use of it. The song is such... it's a hype song. Like, I'm hearing it go, yeah, 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 yeah. And I think I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Wande ain't my favorite rapper. I think, and I said this last year actually, because I just watched my video, that Wande does better on these playlists. And again, I haven't been proven wrong. She does better on these playlists. The collabs help her. The producers help her. Her debut album was great, but her latest single, Big God, I tried to like it, but no, I didn't like it. But this song was great. The beat's hard, the bars are hard, everything about it is great. Moving on, though, because there's not too much to say about it, except it's a great song. I don't know what more I can say about it. The other one is Indie Tribe Save Lives Team. I heard a hint of the song at the Holy Smoke Fest. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, but I saw a teaser of it on Instagram. And I heard the beginning of it with the trumpet and then the snare and bass drum. And to be honest, I didn't love it. Just that 3 seconds of it that I had heard, I was like, meh. And then, DJ Michael V going, unity is a 5-letter word. You know what else is a 5-letter word? And I'm like, tribe. He's like, tribe. Indie Tribe Save Lives. I was like, okay. But I can announce this with so much joy. I've never been more happy to be wrong in my life. This song is amazing. Everything about it. The beat is so good. It like changes in 3 places. It crosses almost like 3 genres. Like the chorus is like alternative. The kind of where they're doing the verses is like this super hard 808 hard workout, hard hip hop. And then the opening is almost like something from Lil Nas X's Industry Baby, with a bunch of trumpets and stuff. And I liked it. I loved it. And the chorus, it all fit well. John Keith's bars were, again, just top notch. So were No Big Deals. And I ended up going like, this is one of the best songs. And then after listening to the entire thing, I was like, oh, 8 of the 10 songs are like the best songs. Let's see. What else is there? The remix was great. I love seeing my favorite Hispanic artists featuring with Reach Records. Even my sister, she joked, but she went, Alex Zurdo and Redemi too. Lecrae is not worthy to feature with. And it's kind of true because the Latino artists are on another level. They've been making good music since day one. Like really good music, like extremely good music. And yeah, it's technically I think this was a missed opportunity though in the remix. They should have called it the Uno remix because I don't know if you guys know, but Alex Zurdo, Funky, and Redemi 2 released a collab album where all 3 of them were on each and every song called Uno. So it should have been called the Uno remix. Which, by the way, that's a great album. But basically, like, every single song on this playlist is good or great. There is no meh. And there's no bad, definitely, and I would say this is a step up from last year's playlist. And it's only been a day since it dropped. I know I personally am going to love this place. If I haven't mentioned any song yet, it's because I haven't become infatuated with the song yet. And I've been infatuated with most of them so far. Um yeah, that's pretty much it though. I mean, it's a great playlist. I gave last year's playlist a 6.5. And if you remember, my rating system is if it has point 0.5, it means that it's almost to the next number, but it's not there yet. So basically, last year 6 I believe is like okay, 7 is good, or 6 is good, 7 is great. I forgot. I'll post all that on my Instagram, so make sure follow me there and stuff. But I would say this playlist is an 8.5 or a 9. I don't know which one it should be there. It's close. I think it's not a perfect playlist. I want to get that out there. I do love this playlist so far, but it's not a perfect playlist. I don't want to give out 10s unless this deserves it, which I'm going to talk about something eventually that I feel might deserve a 10. So 8.5 to 9. Right now I'm leaning on 8.5, but I'm absolutely sure that in the future this playlist will be like, yeah, it's a 9. Okay, 9 out of 10 for the playlist. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe. I got lots of content coming y'all's way. Currently, this is like my 2-3 weeks of, being able to make videos. So that is why I've been dropping a lot of content lately. Unfortunately, August 23rd, school starts for me. I'll still be trying to make videos once in a while, but I won't be able to make a lot of videos. So right now is the time. I need y'all here. Please tell me what you think. Did you think this playlist was great? Did you think it was crap? What did you think? Tell me, talk to me. Remember, there's only 2 things I know. I know that Jesus is king, and I know that JT, moi, knows best. Okay. See you all.